to celebrate greatness for 20 years.
Kobe, and desperate to get to the basket and score. And he does. Shot at. To the basket, Kobe. They wanted a dunk, though. Yeah, they're happy with the...
In one single game, Kobe Bryant scored more points than entire NBA teams score in some games today. In 1 month, he averaged numbers that would make Michael Jordan blush. And in one season, he didn't just break basketball, he committed systematic acts of violence against the sport itself that were so brutal, so relentless, so absolutely criminal, that 20 years later, we're still trying to process what we witnessed. What Kobe did in 2006 wasn't basketball, it was a masterclass in athletic terrorism. Absolute gulag behavior. Let me paint you the picture of just how hopeless Kobe's situation was in 2006. The Lakers roster that season reads like a list of players you'd find at your local YMCA pickup game. The starting lineup included Smush Parker, a point guard whose Wikipedia page is only good enough to remind you he played basketball. Mihm, a center who averaged 6.6 points per game. Walton, who was a solid rotational player but certainly not a star. And never mind that his father was a Lakers legend. But here's what makes this even more insane. The Lakers' second leading scorer that season was Lamar Odom with 14.8 points per game. To put that in perspective, in 2006, there were 47 players in the NBA who averaged more points than the Lakers' second best scorer. 47! Kobe's supporting cast was so weak that if you removed Kobe from the equation, the remaining Lakers would have been the worst offensive team in NBA history. The Lakers as a team averaged 97.9 points per game that season. Kobe alone averaged 35.4 points per game. That means Kobe Bryant, one human being, was responsible for 36% of his team's entire offensive production. For context, that's like if Patrick Mahomes threw for 2,000 yards while his entire team only gained 5,500 total yards for the season. But if you want to see when Kobe truly snapped and decided that the laws of basketball no longer applied to him, look at January 2006. This wasn't just a hot streak, no, this was Kobe declaring war on the concept of team basketball itself. January 22nd, 2006, against the Toronto Raptors, 81 points. 81. Let me say that again because your brain probably rejected it the first time. 81 points in a single basketball game. But here's what's truly criminal about this performance. It wasn't even the most impressive thing Kobe did that month. The 81-point game gets all the attention, but let's examine what Kobe actually did in January 2006. January 1st, 30 points. January 3rd, 32 points. January 6th, 50 points. January 7th, 42 points. Back-to-back games, by the way. Okay, January 9th, 37 points. January 16th, 23 points. His off night. January 17th, 31 points. January 19th, 44 points. January 22nd, 81 points. January 26th, 53 points. January 28th, 35 points. And January 30th, 29 points. In the month of January alone, Kobe averaged 43.4 points per game. 43.4! To put that in perspective, only 4 players in NBA history have ever achieved 37 points per game for an entire season. Wilt Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Elgin Baylor, and Kobe himself in 2006. Kobe was averaging 43.4 in January, which means that for 1 month, he was playing basketball at a level that surpassed the greatest individual seasons in NBA history. Let's break down exactly what happened on January 22nd, 2006. Because the raw number, 81 points, doesn't capture the full scope of the basketball war crime that occurred that night. Kobe shot 28 of 46 from the field. That's 60.9% shooting while taking 46 shots. For comparison, most players struggle to shoot 60% when they take 10 shots. Kobe maintained elite efficiency while launching nearly 50 shots. He went 7 of 13 from three-point range and 53.8% from beyond the arc while being triple-teamed most of the night. He was 18 of 20 from the free throw line, meaning he got fouled constantly but still maintained his composure. But here's the part that makes this truly insane. The Lakers were losing by 18 points in the third quarter. This wasn't garbage time stat padding. Kobe single-handedly erased an 18-point deficit and won the game 122-104. He outscored the entire Toronto Raptors team 55-41 in the second half. One human being outscored an entire NBA team over 2 quarters of basketball. The Raptors had 5 players score in double digits that night. Their leading scorer, Chris Bosh, had 18 points. Kobe had 55 points in the second half alone, more than any Raptor scored in the entire game. The 81-point game is just the headline. The real story is the collection of records Kobe set in 2006 that are so absurd, they read like typos. 4 straight games with 50-plus points. This had never been done before in NBA history. Never. Not by Jordan, not by Wilt, not by anyone. Kobe did it like it was a casual Tuesday. Multiple 50-plus point games in a single season. Kobe had 4 games with 50 or more points in the 2005-06 season, including his 81-point masterpiece. This placed him in elite company for single-season scoring outbursts. Outscored entire teams through 3 quarters. On December 20th, 2005, Kobe had 62 points through 3 quarters against Dallas. The entire Dallas Mavericks team had 61 points. Kobe literally sat out the 4th quarter because he was embarrassed for them. Most 40-plus points gained in a season since Jordan. Kobe had 27 games with 40-plus points, and for context, in the 2022-23 season, only 3 players in the entire NBA had more than 10 games with 40-plus points, and Kobe had 27. Here's where Kobe's 2006 season becomes truly criminal from a basketball perspective. He made defense optional, teams tried everything. The Phoenix Suns assigned their best defender, Sean Marion, to guard Kobe exclusively. Kobe dropped 50. They switched to Steve Nash helping on every possession. Kobe dropped 39 with 12 assists because now he was just toying with them. The Detroit Pistons, who had the best defense in the NBA that season, threw their entire defensive scheme at Kobe. They had Tayshaun Prince, one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, shadow him. They had Ben Wallace help from the weak side. They had Chauncey Billups picking him up full court. Kobe's response? 37 points on 14 of 25 shooting. But here's the most insane part. Teams started fouling Kobe intentionally to prevent him from scoring in the flow of the offense, particularly late in games or when he was in full flight. While it wasn't quite the hack-a-shack, teams still resorted to fouling him, hoping he'd miss or to simply disrupt his rhythm. That didn't matter though, because he shot 85% from the free throw line that season. So let's talk numbers that shouldn't exist in basketball. Kobe's usage rate in 2006 was 38.7%. This means he was involved in nearly 40% of all Lakers possessions when he was on the court, and for comparison, the highest usage rate in the 2022-23 season was Luka Doncic at 36%. Kobe's usage rate was so high, it broke the traditional models of basketball efficiency. His player efficiency rating was 28, which ranks as one of the highest single-season PERs in NBA history, placing him among the all-time greats in terms of statistical efficiency. True shooting percentage of 55.9% while averaging 35.4 points per game. To put this in perspective, James Harden's historic 2018-19 season, where he averaged 36.1 points per game. His true shooting was about 61.6%, but he played in a completely different era with more three-pointers and faster pace. Kobe was doing this in the slow-paced, defense-heavy mid-2000s NBA. If you want to see where Kobe truly committed basketball larceny, look at his clutch performance in 2006. In games decided by 5 points or fewer in the final 5 minutes, Kobe shot 48.6% from the field and averaged 4.2 points in clutch situations. But the raw numbers don't tell the story. Let me give you specific examples of basketball robbery. April 28, 2006 versus Phoenix Suns, Playoffs Game 4. Lakers down by 3 with 1.2 seconds left in regulation. Kobe hits a clutch shot to force overtime, and then, in the dying seconds of overtime, he stole the inbound pass and hit the improbable game-winning buzzer beater to seal the victory. It was pure insanity. April 14th, 2006 versus Portland Trail Blazers. Lakers down by 15 with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Kobe scores 18 points in the final 8 minutes, including the game-winning shot with 0.8 seconds left. February 20th, 2006 versus Memphis Grizzlies. Kobe scores 50 points, but more importantly, he scores 14 points in the final 3 minutes and 42 seconds to erase a 12-point deficit and win the game. To understand just how unprecedented Kobe's 2006 season was, we need to compare it to other legendary individual seasons. Michael Jordan's 1986-87 season, 37.1 points per game, but Jordan shot 48.2% from the field. Kobe shot 45% while having 0 reliable teammates. Wilt Chamberlain's 1961-62 season, 50.4 points per game, but Wilt played 48.5 minutes per game in a much faster-paced era. Kobe averaged 35.4 points in 41 minutes per game. Allen Iverson's 2005-06 season, 33 points per game with a similar supporting cast situation, but Iverson shot 45.1% from the field and 31.2% from 3. Kobe shot 45% from the field and 34.7% from 3, while averaging 2.4 more points per game. Here's what makes Kobe's season truly criminal. He did it in the slowest-paced NBA era since the shot clock was introduced. The average NBA team scored 97 points per game in 2005-06. In Wilt's 50-point season, teams averaged 118.8 points per game. Kobe was putting up video game numbers in a defensive, grinded-out era. The most incredible part of Kobe's 2006 season isn't what he did individually, it's what he did for his team. The Lakers won 45-37 and made the playoffs. Without Kobe's superhuman performance, this team wins maybe 20 games. Let me prove this mathematically. In the 11 games Kobe missed due to injury that season, the Lakers went 3-8. That's a 22-win pace over 82 games. And with Kobe, they won 45 games. Kobe's presence was worth approximately 23 additional wins. In the playoffs, Kobe's basketball terrorism continued. Against the Phoenix Suns in the first round, he averaged 27.9 points, 6.3 assists, and 5.1 rebounds while shooting 49.7% from the field. The Lakers lost the series 4-3, but Game 6 was pure Kobe violence. 50 points and 20 of 35 shooting to force a Game 7. What Kobe did in 2006 was the perfect storm of circumstances that can never be replicated. The era, the mid-2000s NBA, was the slowest, most defensive era in modern basketball. Scoring was at a premium. Today's pace and space NBA makes high-scoring games more common, but less meaningful. The team context, Kobe had to do everything because literally no one else did. In today's NBA, no star player would be put in such an impossible situation. Teams are built differently. The player, Kobe's combination of skill, psychotic competitive drive, and physical durability was unique. He played 80 games that season while carrying the entire offensive load. Modern players rest for load management. The mindset. Kobe's 2006 season was powered by pure spite. He was angry about Shaq being traded, angry about not having help, angry about people questioning his ability to win without Shaq. That level of sustained, fury-driven performance is unrepeatable. 20 years later, we're still trying to process what we witnessed. Because what Kobe did in 2006 was straight out of a sports anime. As always, rest in peace to the legend. But just how insane was Kobe in 2006? Did you catch any of his games? Do you think anyone can replicate this feat? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And as usual, don't forget to slap that like and subscribe button so you can keep seeing videos like this. Until next time, stay jiggy, and if you thought Kobe's 81 was wild, wait until you see what happened when the Miami Heat traded Jimmy Butler to the Warriors. Watch this team fumble the bag next, and you won't believe how badly they messed this one up.